The intensity from WrestleMania 42 is still boiling over as CM Punk finds himself in hot water after a confrontation with a fan at the MGM Grand Hotel. Following his main event loss to Roman Reigns, viral footage shows the star stepping in to knock a phone out of a fan's hand in a heated hotel lobby scene. This incident highlights the massive pressure and lack of privacy WWE talent faces when the biggest show on Earth takes over an entire city.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
But before that post-show chaos, CM Punk delivered a masterclass in ring psychology during that same main event. The match against Roman Reigns was defined by a moment of pure deception when Punk executed a perfectly timed low blow while referee Rod Zapata was looking away. It was a sequence that had fans around the world questioning who would actually walk out as the world heavyweight champion. That high-stakes clash marked a monumental career milestone for CM Punk as he finally stepped into a WrestleMania main event. Fans who have followed his journey from the gritty days of the Indies to his legendary pipe bomb promo saw him prove exactly why he claims to be the best in the world. Even in defeat, he delivered an elite performance that solidified his legacy as one of the most important figures in wrestling history. The acclaim for this showdown reached the very top of the industry, with Triple H officially calling the Roman Reigns vs. CM Punk bout one of the greatest matches he has ever seen. The Triple H seal of approval confirms that this was a defining moment for the company and a battle for the ages. Want to keep up with every update from the wrestling world? Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss a beat. Ever wonder what happens when the cameras stop rolling, but the fans refuse to put their phones away? After the dust settled on WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, CM Punk found himself in a high-tension spot that reminds us exactly how intense the spotlight really is. Right around midnight, fresh off a brutal main event loss to Roman Reigns at Allegiant Stadium, Punk was caught on camera at the MGM Grand getting into a heated exchange with a fan. In the footage captured by TMZ, you can see the moment a fan was busy recording Bayley in the hotel lobby, and Punk, clearly exhausted and perhaps hitting his limit, stepped in and physically swatted the phone out of the fan's hand. You have to look at the context here. This wasn't just a random night out. This was after the biggest match of his life. Seeing Ace Steel jump in to de-escalate the situation shows just how close we were to this becoming a much uglier headline. Thankfully, the fan backed off and offered apologies, preventing things from turning physical. But this moment isn't just about one superstar losing his cool. It exposes the bizarre reality of modern fame during WrestleMania week. When you pack thousands of die-hard fans into the same hotels and casinos as the performers, the lines between public space and private life completely evaporate. For these athletes, there is no clocking out. The entire Las Vegas Strip becomes a permanent stage, and it begs the question, how much privacy are we entitled to expect from someone who has just given their blood, sweat, and tears for our entertainment? Let me know in the comments. Do you think the fan was out of line for filming, or should Punk have kept his composure? Don't forget to hit subscribe for more updates, and remember, sometimes the most interesting action happens long after the ref counts to 3. What if the greatest moment of WrestleMania wasn't a death-defying leap or a crimson-masked brawl, but a single, dirty, illegal kick to the groin? It sounds ridiculous, but during WrestleMania weekend, CM Punk proved that sometimes the simplest moves are the ones that shake the world. Picture the scene. We are in the home stretch of WrestleMania Sunday. CM Punk, the reigning world heavyweight champion, stands across from the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Punk casually peels the tape off his fist and hurls it at Roman. It's a masterclass in disrespect. Referee Rod Zapata is busy cleaning up, Roman is visibly disgusted, and the atmosphere in the arena is thick enough to cut with a knife. Then, in the blink of an eye, Punk drops to one knee and delivers a low blow that changes everything. Zapata turns back just in time to see Punk hoist Roman for the GTS. Roman folds like a lawn chair, crashes into the mat, and for one fleeting, terrifying second, a million fans across the globe had the same thought. This son of a bitch is actually going to win. Let's be real for a second. We are all suffering from false finish fatigue. In modern wrestling, you see a massive move, a dramatic pin, a shock face kick out, and you just shrug. It's expected. But this spot, this was perfection. Why? First, because the emotional stakes were so high. I wanted Roman to win. My head said it was the logical move to set up the next generation of stars like Oba Femi, but my heart was genuinely sweating that Punk might pull an upset. Second, the execution was pure cinema. Zapata's body language was flawless, the camera work was crisp, and the timing was so tight that when Roman took that hit, you felt it in your own gut. When Roman finally kicked out, it felt like the air rushing back into a vacuum. The eventual spear that sealed the victory didn't just end the match, it provided the kind of catharsis that makes us wrestling fans in the first place. Watching a packed theater erupt in cheers, high-fiving strangers, and realizing we had all been played, that is the magic of this business. On a weekend filled with weapons and carnage, a simple cheap shot reminded us that the best stories aren't about the biggest moves, but about the moments that make you forget you're watching a script. What did you think of that pivotal moment? Was it the best false finish of the year, or did you see the kick out coming a mile away? Drop a comment below and let's argue about it. And hey, if you love deep dives into the psychology of the ring, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more. After all, in wrestling, the best part of the show is always the part you never see coming. Let's be honest. In the world of professional wrestling, there are performers who play the part, and then there is CM Punk. If you have been following the squared circle since the 90s, you know exactly why I am sitting here today saying he is truly the best in the world. I grew up on the spectacle of Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior, but my heart was stolen by the gritty, dangerous, and unapologetic chaos of the ECW era. That was the gateway drug for many of us. But while the industry eventually polished itself into a safe, PG product, a few renegades like Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, and especially CM Punk were busy changing the DNA of the sport in Ring of Honor. They didn't focus on pyrotechnics. They focused on work rate and deep, intellectual in-ring storytelling. Back in 2003, I honestly never thought a guy like Punk would even fit the WWE mold, let alone conquer it. But he didn't just fit in, he forced the company to change around him. That 2011 Pipe Bomb wasn't just a scripted segment, it was a seismic shift. It was the moment the fans who grew up on the indie spirit finally felt heard. Sure, the company eventually reverted to the status quo, and when Punk walked away, many of us thought his dream of a WrestleMania main event was dead in the water. We learned our lesson, never say never. When that haunting opening riff of Miseria Canter hit the arena recently, it wasn't just an entrance, it was a career-defining moment. Watching him at 47 deliver a masterclass in psychology, with no gimmicks and zero interference, was a reminder of why we fell in love with this business in the first place. Punk might have lost the match, but he won the argument he has been making for 20 years. Now, as we look at the twilight of his career, we're witnessing the final chapters of a legend. It's bittersweet, but it's a privilege to watch him ride into the sunset on his own terms. Whether he has 6 months or a year left, he has proven that he never had to compromise his soul to be the greatest. What do you think? Is this truly the final act for the voice of the voiceless? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button if you've been a fan since the ROH days, and subscribe for more deep dives into the icons of the ring. After all, the best in the world is a title that doesn't expire. Imagine walking into a stadium where the air is so thick with tension you could cut it with a knife. That is exactly what went down at WrestleMania 42. We witnessed a clash for the ages, Roman Reigns squaring off against CM Punk, and honestly, the dust has barely settled, but the reactions are already historic. Triple H himself took to ESPN SportsCenter after the show, and he didn't mince words. He called the main event quite literally one of the greatest matches he has ever witnessed. Think about that for a second. Coming from the guy who has seen it all, that is high praise. What made it so special? It wasn't just the athleticism. Triple H highlighted the raw, visceral passion of two icons who truly believe they are the best in the world, and they were desperate to prove it to the 55,000 screaming fans in the building. It was a knockdown, drag-out fight that left everything on the mat. Even with Roman Reigns walking away as the new world heavyweight champion, Triple H noted that in a battle of this magnitude, nobody really walks away a loser. It was a defining moment that reminded us why we fall in love with professional wrestling in the first place. It doesn't get any bigger than this. I want to hear from you. Did you think this match lived up to the massive hype, or was it even better than expected? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop with all the latest wrestling drama. After all, in this industry, the story is never truly over.